People. Joel Benjamin 528 here. Let's get into it. Black alien first contact, terahertz signals, and 5 technologies that could let us communicate. So, I did the YouTube about 2-3 days ago with the black aliens, and I've been getting a lot of calls, notification of people remembering a while back with one of my old live streams how I spoke about dealing with communication when you're dealing with higher spiritual beings. Now, there's a reason why these things haven't been spoken about, as I'm sure you know. So this is not going to be a long live stream. I mean, if people got questions, they need answers, they could ask. All I ask, you come in, say hi, hello, whatever, and ask your questions, and I will try to answer them for you. I'm definitely going to focus a lot on terahertz frequencies. The people sleep on terahertz frequencies. Why? I don't know. That part is not important. The part that is important is that you know that they've been keeping it from you. So you not looking to get into it, that's a plus for them. And when I say them, we talking about the powers that be. If I have to tell you at this stage or this point of who they are and what they consist of doing when it comes to blocking and hiding this information, then you're already lost. Okay. I see people up in there. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. Let me go share my screen so you see what I see. So you heard of people seeing certain crafts, but they can't really tell. Sometimes when they use their phone, they're able to see something, or a camcorder, for those who still carry around with a camcorder, who still walk around with a camcorder. Those type of stuff can help you see. There's certain ways to put your body in the right frequency range where you should at least use the senses to know what's around your surroundings. That's dealing with sight, touch, taste, smell, and hearing. Okay? Once you get that down pat, you're able to master. Now, you might be like, smell. Trust me. When certain entities are around, physical or non-physical, there is a frequency. Smell is a frequency. All right? There is certain scents, scented oils, perfume, if you want to say, that you can use. And when using these specific items or certain herbs or incense that you could use, that could help repel or help attract. There was a movie that I was watching once. I forgot the name of it. Please, someone help me in the chat. Where it was speaking about, this old shack, but it had a bunch of galvanized all over the shack where they went to stay. This is in the movie. Now, they would hear things outside. I don't want it to be a spoiler because The galvanizer is one of the main things, but I'm sure somebody's seen the movie and know what I'm talking about. So the aliens were outside. They constantly was outside when nighttime come. Now the thing is not to get caught out there. So the group of young children, they went and they stayed in that old house, and strange things was happening, but nothing really crazy on the inside. So all of a sudden, I think it was one of the females that's like, yo, I want to fix this up, make this look better. And she started removing the galvanized that was on, the ceiling and around the house. I think you could guess what happened next. So the movie showed that being that barrier, that frequency was removed, now they could enter the house, cross the threshold. Now stick with me here. This is why they say these aliens are demons. You heard J.D. Vance recently said that. Okay? Our vice president. These people, the powers that be, knows the certain tools, equipment, and ways that could cause interaction with thus said entities. So it's important to know when they speak, like when the Bible speaks about these chariots of heaven, and when I showed you what the guy named Prophet Yahweh was calling these extraterrestrials, and you're seeing these bright UFOs in the sky, that's a frequency that is being used to contact and communicate with said entities. Okay. Damn, nobody's seen that movie. I asked if anybody's seen that movie, know what I'm talking about. Like, I got a lot of people in here like, come on now. Like, help me out, people. Especially if I'm giving you a live. Sheesh. Alright, let me share my screen so you see what I see. This should be on my channel. So one of the things is not just the black aliens, but there's certain aliens that don't want to be seen. We could agree with that, right? Right. Okay. Let's go to Joel Benjamin over to, and all, like I said, what I'm showing you here, you could go over to Joel Benjamin 528 and you could see this yourself. This is there for you to see. Bear with me, people. These are the ills of going live. All right. So let's do it like this. Make this a bit smaller to narrow it down some. All right, now we're cooking with fire. So remember I told you a lot of times you see cigar shaped or cylinder shaped UFOs. Now I'm choosing my words wisely in saying this. It's very important to know and understand certain races have different looking ships, and every culture has some form of UFO or aliens spoken about. But what they don't ever, what I noticed they rarely ever do, is tell you how contact is being made. Some people make contact by mistake. Now I want you to watch this video, and anybody do not be shy, do not feel ashamed. This is a safe space. If something like this happened to you, where you have been followed, or notice you have been followed, you probably communicated or did something or wear something, a crystal or a certain type of fragrance. Believe me, it's really that easy. No, not this one. Not this one. Oh, come on, work with me here, YouTube. I don't know why. There we go.
I know you can probably hear me. Your crazy cameras are probably zooming in on my face. I am not scared of you. You've been following me for 45 minutes. If you were gonna hurt me, you would have done it by now. I'm harmless, dude. I'm out here on a walk by myself. All I have is this phone, and I'm taking a video of you. I know you're trying to pretend like you're invisible. Look, there's cars over there. I can still see you on this video, and I'm posting this on TikTok later. You're not scaring me. I ain't scared, man. You obviously don't want to hurt me. What do you want from me? What do you want from you? I know you can probably hear me. Your crazy cameras are probably zooming in on my face.
So basically, following him for 45 minutes in the desert. Now, this is something that's very common. I had people, at first I thought they were bugging until I witnessed certain stuff for myself, where they're in the train, excuse me, not the train, waiting on the bus or heading for the train, and it might be certain late hours at night or sometimes, well, rare cases in the daytime. And people say they literally seen something, but it was somewhat see-through. And this is people that's not into this type of stuff. Now, I want you to see, before I continue on, this is an actual video of aliens cloaked. Some people will see certain clouds. You wonder why they spraying chemtrails. It's not just to hide the entities up there. It's also to lower your frequency and to lower the frequency of the atmosphere. Damn, I'm going to get exactly what they use in the chemtrail that does this. I just don't want to say. I want to give you the full info.
So watch
Check
this,
out.
man. I'm excited. Look at that. That's a missile. And they shot down a UFO cloaked in a cloud. Watch to the right of the cloud. Saw that? Shot in. The whole cloak comes down. Wow. This is amazing because we know we always see them cloaked. Look at that. What do y'all think? Oh. All right.
So you see when they send the missile, how it looked like a cloud or whatever, and they zoomed out of there. Now watch it one more time. This is not AI.
So watch this, man. I'm excited. Look at that. That's a missile. And they shot down a UFO cloaked in a cloud. Watch to the right of the cloud. Saw that? Shot in. The whole cloak comes down. Wow. This is amazing because we know we always see them cloaked. Look at that. What do
you see that?
think?
You see how it zoomed out of there? Saucer shape? Okay. Now, let me see who said. Kashmir, salute to you. Just said, just saw that video. Okay. Basic. They were the reptilians. That I'm gonna say for part 2. When you say basic, they were the reptilians, what are you talking about? The black aliens? Because there's certain things that you use to keep reptilians away. We know Credo Mutwa, that was interviewed by David Icke, speak of this. He spoke about certain languages you do. Now I'm going to show you this. This is creating a frequency. Listen carefully. Look at what I show you. If anybody who have West Indian parents grew up West Indian or from certain parts of Africa, you know when your throat, quote unquote, is scratching or you're trying to unplug your ears, right? you would know where they'll be going. You hear that? And I notice the older the older ancestors would be like, oh, don't call no snake here. Especially in Trinidad. You're calling snake. Ironically enough, there's certain Caucasian people in the South that know about this. It's called calling snakes. Okay? Calling snake. I'm going to show you again. Anybody ever heard of that or witnessed that before? And I'm telling you, the older people would get so agitated. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Let me know. But that is a way of doing a certain call. All right. So I'm getting you up or do all this to let you know that certain things that you see and hear is not by accident. Well, I should say you could have not intentionally did it. But everything has a frequency and a reason for this. Down to the hand mudras I'm going to show you. I do it when my throat is scratching correct. Do that because my allergies. Let me see. A few years ago, the clouds were following me out in the countryside. It's like there was an intelligence in those clouds. When I became comfortable, they backed off. Yeah, I know the throat sound from my parent, but never heard it called snake. Yeah, it calls snakes. All right. Now, I'm going to give you one from the Grigori symbols, well, not symbols, codes. Grigori codes. Anybody knows about these codes? Now, the ones I'm going to give you the 2 or 3 strongest ones. And this, when you use this and you have this, this helps activate the spine, where the majority of your stem cells lie. Okay? It'll help activate the stem cells more and activate that chemical called the Christos within the cactus bone of the spine. Let me show you. And you might be like, what does the spine have to do with the communication? Hold up, I got you. Let me once again share my screen so you can see what I see, right? And bear with me. Image of the spine. There we go. Some of you probably already know this already, but for the ones that don't know this, I'm going to show you. I think this picture, nah, I want to go with this picture right here. We're going to go to Etsy. Okay. So, you see this image here, right? You see the spinal column. I like this one because it shows how it attached with the brain. This right here, this part right here, which is known as the cactus bone, has a certain chemical there core, which is known as the Christos, along with a high level of stem cells through each vertebrate. Each vertebrate is a representation of raising your consciousness and then hitting the reptilian brain. Yep, the reptilian brain. And then activating the pineal gland. See that? Also, I gotta get the name, is certain formation of the brain frontal lobe that it activates, which is opening up from definitely the throat chakra through the third eye to the crown and above, which is known as the, which would be the eighth, which is known as the star seed. See, this is why it's important to work on and focus on your spine. Okay. Y'all got y'all pens and papers ready? I don't want to have to repeat this over and over again. Please let me know if y'all ready. If y'all need time, y'all should have done had all this already. So these are I be saying gravioli. That's the next name to say it, but it's not properly known as that. It's known as the Grigori codes. All right. Harmonize past. Now, why would you want the one for harmonize past? To harmonize past is to know and interact with past knowledge. Harmonize past. The code for harmonize past is 781-901-9425. I'm going to say that again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to type it into the live chat and put it up here. Harmonize past 781-901-9425. I'm going to tell you why I laugh. Because if you start repeating these codes, you think that you would immediately feel this in the spine, right? First spot you start feeling is in the throat chakra area. Remember, you have the inner chakras, the front chakras, the back chakras, the left, the right chakras. Remember that. Here's the code. I'm going to put it up on the screen for my YouTube audience and my Twitch audience. There's the code. Once again, 78-19-01-94-25. Now, the next code, y'all all got that? Any questions? Now is the time to ask. The next code that is good to use is for harmonize present. That's dealing with the present. 71042. That's 71042. Here it is up on the screen. Y'all got that? Now, dealing with the whole spine, we have 214, 217, 0, 0, 0, 8, 1, 9. I'm going to say that one again. Once again, this one is for dealing with the whole spine. That's 21 42 17 0 0 0 81 9. Any questions on this? Now is your time to ask before I move on with this one. Okay, now I'm going to give you one that activates your stem cells. All right. This one is dealing with ethereal life and ethereal youth. When you start dealing anything with ethereal or ether, or you hear the ether or etheric chakras, okay. Are they interfering now? Someone asks. Is who and what interfering now? I want to make sure I understand your question. What do you think of the 7 Hermetic laws? You're jumping the gun. You're jumping the gun. We're going to get there. All right. Y'all ready? Eternal life and eternal youth. Let me type it in for you. 1 4 8 9 9 9 9. This is helping with your stem cell rejuvenation. Now, it's important when dealing with stem cells, you know there's a correlation with spiritual communication or alien communication. That one is, once again, 1489 99. Nope. Yes. 1489 99 9. Y'all good out there? That's one of the codes for you to use. I take it I don't have to go into how to use the codes, do I? Y'all pretty much should know how to use the code. If you don't know how to use the codes, it's a time to speak and let me know if I have to tell you how to say the codes. But some of y'all should know the codes already. Now, this one is one of my favorite ones, of course. This deals with activating your stem cells, but also dealing with the manifestation. This one you wouldn't believe. 8 8 9 8. This is a powerful one now. 88 98. Okay. Of course, I'm getting calls while I'm live. Oh, that's my child. Hey, boo boo, you alright? Yep. Alright. Daddy gonna give you a call back, alright? Alright. The ills of going live. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, how does one use these codes? Okay, perfect. You would do as such. So y'all could see. Let me bring this camera down a little bit more so y'all could see. I have a mala. I like to use honey amber mala. I explained before how honey amber malas amplify. Now, if you have other malas, you could use that as well. If you don't have it, that's okay. So you could either write it down, or you use the mala, and it would be wise to say it 108 times. So let's say we're doing code 8898. It'll be good. Now, it's things that you could combine, but we're not gonna reach that topic just yet. So if you want, with the stuff you combine, you might have a smell, an incense, a certain thing. If not, and you're just there, you're on the train, you're on the bus, you're at work, you're at home, you're just sitting down, cool. If you want the lights off in the dark, good, even more activation. You want to hear certain tones, frequencies, even better too. So you go like this, and you'll say it 108 times. So it will be like this: 8898, 8898, 8898, 8898, 8898. See that? 8898, 8898, 8898. There's 108 beads on this. I more like to use the bigger one, because I have a big one as well. Now, if you don't say it 108 times, that's fine. But to really push it on home and get the maximum desired results, that will be the wise way to do it. Let's see. There's one more. Hold on, people. Now, to activate clairvoyance, eight, 1, 8, 8, 8, 4, 9, 4, 8, 2, 1, 6, 7. This is the code to activate clairvoyance. 81, 88, 84, 94, 82, 16, 7. When you activate the clairvoyance, that's when you're able to do a lot of communication. Now, some of this stuff, as you know, places like the Catholic Church and other spiritual institutions, they don't want you to know these type of codes. They'll call stuff like this evil. Is this like meditation and focusing frequencies for manifestation? It most definitely is. It most definitely is. Okay. Any other questions on this? Now is the time to ask people. Start typing. I'm waiting. I'm going to give you the information that is needed right now. Remember, the ones I gave you for the spine, we're going to take one more look again. So, once this is activated to its highest point and potential, it started hitting into the reptilian brain. You know what the reptilian brain deals with and is for, right? Repetition, rituals, stuff that's done on a consistent, the reptilian brain. Thus, hitting to the point and the activation of the pineal gland. See that? So when you do this, if you have a calcified pineal gland, it will help to uncalcify the pineal gland. I like this chart because it shows you the organs as well and the different nerves that's connected with the spine. All right. It's crazy that you do it 108 times. Yes. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Salute to you. Yes, I am. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, y'all could at least give a thank you. Yeesh. Somebody saying thank you. Much appreciated. Let me see any other questions. Nope. I guess I could move on. Now I'm going to show y'all a stone, which I showed before. Two stones actually. I don't think I showed this last one. But yeah, I'm going to do it now. Hold on, let me go into the goodie bag. The goodie bag. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, we got that. And one more. I got one more to show you. Bear with me. Where is it? We're going to deal with this first. So, hemimorphite. Hemimorphite is a very, very powerful stone. I'm going to take out the real good piece. You see this? That is hemimorphite. Now, so you know that I'm not making it up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Here we go. So you see, plus, I'm going to give you information that's not in the book. Well, I already done that, so I'm going to keep going. Hemimorphite. Light activation, aura balancing, emotional and communication, empathy, joy, channeling, and mediumship. You see why this is one of the perfect stones to deal with angelic / extraterrestrial communication? Huh? I see somebody said, my first time watching your, I guess that's supposed to be your live, not sure how to use the code. Real quick before I continue on, the codes that I gave, you're going to use the codes anywhere, anytime, how you want to. Now, to get amplified results, I like to use a mala that has the 108 beads, so I know that I'm saying it 108 times. Okay? Now, you see, like, when I said about combining, okay, let me get a next piece of this hemimorphite. And hemimorphite is getting harder and harder to get, especially good quality hemimorphite. Let me put that, hopefully y'all could see that good. Ooh, that's a next piece there of hemimorphite, right? So let's say you have the hemimorphite. You could hold a hemimorphite like this while you have your mala like this, right? And you say the code. So which code we're going to use real quick? This is for the people that came late. I'm just going to give you a quick one. Okay, which one? That's the manifestation code, right? 88, 90, 98. So you could simply, as you hold in with this, you have this 8898, 8898, 8898, 8898, 8898. You see? Each one. 8898, 8898. You get it? That's how we do it. Any other questions before I move on? Because anybody missed that? Anything you need to know right now, ask me now. All right. You have that. What you have? Hemimorphite. Miss Lady Poet 1. You have hemimorphite. Martin. What's that? Martha Ingram. Okay. Hey, blessings, royalty, your royal family. Good day to you. Can it be any other stone? Oh yes, you jump in the gun. I'm gonna give you other stones as well. This is just one I'm getting into. Okay, don't think you just pick up any stone and it's gonna happen. No, you gotta know. Like I said, I'm giving you stuff that interact with the frequency. Let me see. I see the questions is coming in. Hold on a second. Let me get to you. Yes, first two codes. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. Joel, salute to you. How do the crystal help? Luigi, the crystal help because of the frequency that the crystals give off. All right. So you'll have some people that try to say the crystals is evil, but yet the crystals is talked about in the Bible. Real quick, let me segue, because I don't like to just give y'all the information. Oh, I say this and then they just throw you into the dark. Nah. You ask, we have to give the reasons why so you can understand. Let's see. We're gonna do it like this. How do crystals help? So in the Bible speaks about the breastplate of Aaron. All right, check it out. Let me share my screen so you see what I see. Let me make this bigger for you. The breastplate of Aaron, all right, called the breastplate of judgment, was a sacred piece of clothing worn by Aaron as the first high priest of Israel. Described in Exodus 28, it held 12 precious stones engraved with the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. So what we talking about here, people? So what we really talking about here? That's all right. crystals mentioned in the kingdom of New Heaven. In the book of Revelation, the Bible, the heavenly city of the New Jerusalem, represents the new heaven and the new earth, and has its walls, foundations decorated with 12 specific precious stones and crystals. In the Bible, they're talking about peridot, they're talking about amethyst, they're talking about onyx, they're talking about gold, silver, pearls. What else? What else? I think it's jasper. It speaks about. So this stuff is in the Bible. It speaks about sapphire. All right, these stuff is in the Bible. So don't make nobody try to tell you anything different. Okay? All right, let's continue. I'm sorry. There's something bothering me here. Hold on, people. This thing I'm playing with. I don't got the patience for this. All right. Can I continue? Shall I continue? Yeah. Okay. I think there's a mosquito in here. All right. The element that, let me go over the hemimorphite again. So hemimorphite that I just showed you, right? Light activation, aura balancing, emotional healing, and communication. Empathy, joy, channeling, and mediumship. The element that it gives off is a storm energy. Chakras. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. This is where it gets heavy. Transpersonal and etheric. Eighth and beyond. Above the head. Any stone that deals with etheric chakras, any stone that deals with etheric chakras helps with high levels of communication and resetting your frequency to amplify manifestation and prayer. Always remember that. Okay, let me see before I continue on any comments or questions on this. Yes, you can use the recording of my voice if you want when saying the codes 108 times. Yes, but I didn't know what. Yes, but I didn't know what it was. I don't know what was that you was speaking on. Some of us are related to the angels who are the black angels. However, we are disconnected like our ancestors were millions of years ago. I wonder, why did we come here and why did we left? That's a good question, and I'm going to get into all that in part 2. First, I'm going to let you know about the communication. Do they have certain stones that react to the iron and minerals in our body? Yes, I'm giving it to you. So, let's continue. Hemimorphite manifests the energy of well-being on many levels. It brings balance to the auric field, dissolving and dispelling dark spots of negativity or weakness. It affects emotional body in very positive ways, bringing in a vibration of joy which does not deny life's inevitable incidents of grief and sorrow. In fact, Hemimorphite's energy tends to blend joy and sorrow into a single flow of compensate emotional involvement and empathy for oneself and others. When one does not resist any emotion, the unimplied flow of feeling is in itself so rewarding that even grief retains an element of joy. Hemimorphite enables the emotional body to freely interpret the mind and the physical self. So this implied flow is fully established. Now, you have a lot of people that is dealing with trauma. So they're having trouble with communication and energy flow. And I'm not talking about communication with the extraterrestrials or spiritual beings. I'm talking about just communication with oneself, with people. Okay? Thank you, brother. You're welcome, Oba. You're welcome. Lucy asks, so it keeps you in tune with the positive pole of existence or life? Yes, correct. Correct. Couldn't be more right. Now, some people be like, oh, it's so hard to find Hemimorphite. I look at people all the time. I be like, yo, it's a reason why I say I'm the source. So for those people that have trouble getting any of these items and need said items, you know, you could always contact me. Shoot me a text. All right. Where is it? Sheesh. 929-374-28. Excuse me. 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. You could just hit me a text, or you could hit me up on Twitter, Joel Benjamin 528. That is me on Twitter. You know I'm old school with it. Excuse me, X. For those, let me say the new term, X. You could hit me up on X/Twitter. All right, let's continue. Any questions on Hemimorphite? Ask it now. These are the tools, and these are the tools that the government use. You have a lot of the rich folk and the government buying up and using these crystals, okay, because they're putting them in certain weapon and communicative devices. How to acquire those stones? I just told you. I just told you. You can hit me up. I got you covered. And everything I have is the best quality and properly blessed and prayed over. No. It's up to y'all. Let's see. I'm frozen on your end. Can you, if you could hear me, just fresh your stuff. Hope I'm not coming in frozen to everybody else, but that's what happens when you start giving this type of information. All right, one of the next powerful stones that help you communicate with not just the black aliens or black extraterrestrial beings. It helped with communication with all type of extraterrestrial communication. All right. This one looks like a regular quartz in my hand, but it's not. This is one that I told y'all about, especially around this time with the eclipse coming on August 12th, going into what, August 28th, to the the lunar eclipse. I made sure I told y'all the good stones to use. I'm going to tell you some extra. I got you. We're flowing this, and this is a big piece. And let me tell you something. This is a big piece, as you can see. This piece is nowhere close to cheap. You see that? Yeah. This is called azestrolite. Azestrolite. Ooh. Bless me. Let's go to azestrolite, shall we? Good old azestrolite. Oh my gosh. There we go. Now, before I even go there, because some people be thinking I'm playing, check this out. I just got to do this to show y'all before I continue on. Let's see. Azestrolite. And they're selling fake azestrolite out there now, by the way. I just want y'all to know that. That's what I said. They're selling fake azestrolites, and you don't want to get caught out there. See that? That's a crystal sound bowl, but not any crystal sound bowl. This is an azestrolite sound bowl. See that price? Yeah, okay. It's a reason why, first off, there's only but so many mines in America that has this. And there's a whole story. The way how they even found this type of stone was because of angelic communication. A matter of fact, that's what helped prompt the book of stones, who they are and what they teach. So I'm not gatekeeping. I'm showing you. Now, the book is not completely perfect. There's some information that's not in the book, but it's still a good book nonetheless. All right. So azestrolite is expensive stone. You see any cheap azestrolite, run the next way. Run the next way. Let me show you one more again, because I don't want y'all to get gypped out there. See, azestrolite is a trade name for a rare, milky, white, or clear variety of quartz with a high vibrational energy. It is prized in the metaphysical community for spiritual awakening, expanding consciousness, and clearing negative energy. Notice all the stones that's dealing with high levels of communication and very powerful high frequencies all tend to deal with clearing negative energy. Because in order to have proper communication, you have to clear the negative energy. Okay? Before I continue, let me see. What's that? Justo Color Dorin. Oh, I know I jacked up your name. Sorry about that. What's up? Salute to you. Who's in here? Melanin Rich Nagast. Salute to you. I see you up in here. Moon Goddess. What's up? I see you. I still got that crystal for you, so contact me after the live, all right? Let me see. You repeat the codes verbally, physically, like writing it down, or get a beaded necklace and repeat it 108 times. Yes, it's good to write it down, and it's also good to say it. You could say it in your mind, but it's also good to say it out loud. That's the frequency when you're saying the codes. All right. So let's go back on Extraterrestrial, shall we? I like this picture. No. Damn, they don't have it where it could be bigger. All right. We're going to leave it on this picture. Check this. All right. So, Extraterrestrial. This is a very, very high level important stone when dealing with communication with these extraterrestrial beings. Extraterrestrial deals with inner light, alternate realities. Joy and serenity. The element of Extraterrestrial, you guessed it, storm. Not for nothing. You see how a lot of times when UFOs or certain UFOs come through, they come through with a storm. Pay attention to that. Now the chakras that this stone deals with is all. That's right, you heard me say. All 7 plus the etheric chakras. That's including the etheric chakras above the head, above the body. That's Extraterrestrial. Again, a lot of people get caught out there where they giving them regular rinky-dink quartz. I don't want to get into it, but no, I'm going to get into it. Because some of y'all be trying to go the very cheap route and you end up getting caught out there. And some of y'all go to these people that's not reputable. They don't care about you. They don't care about your journey. They're just trying to make that sale. Let's go into Extraterrestrial, please, and thank you. All right. Now, Extraterrestrial have many pages too, because it has a section going into the back of the book. So you talk about it in the front of the book because the book is from A to Z, and then they have I think it's 12 or something pages just dedicated to Extraterrestrial alone. Yeah, I know. Crazy stuff. So, let me get into it with you. Extraterrestrial, the chemistry is a part. Another repeating phenomenon around Extraterrestrial is head to toe full body goosebumps. I have learned to associate these with the invisible presence of the Aziz. If you don't know who the Aziz is, those are supposed to be light being entities that contact and communicate with people. That's because they inevitably come when I am behind the showroom counter. This is the person that has the Extraterrestrial now. The showroom counter, speaking to someone about the story of Extraterrestrial. Somewhere during the story, either I, the customer, or both of us, in some case, as many as 4 people at once, get a sudden rush of current of vibration in the body, which brings out the all over goosebumps. Now, remember, I'm going to tell you some things that's not in the book, right? Let me tell you about Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial is a stone. Some people, as soon as they grab it, they burst out into tears. Cleansing the trauma. A lot of times, some people feel like how I'm feeling now. Some of y'all are probably sitting at your home and no, I am not doing nothing to you. When you're dealing with the energy and you talk about communication, especially when dealing with these black extraterrestrials, these melanated entities, these melanated aliens, you'll feel a heat. So a lot of times when I touch this stone or certain stones of high vibrational frequency, I don't get goosebumps. There's a heat. Even while talking to them, there's a heat that's formed within your auric field being amplified. Okay? Okay. Any questions? Now is your time to ask it. Don't wait till later. Ask your questions now. Now, remember, this book is old too, but just stay with me. Extraterrestrial carries this energy, and no, let me go back. The coming age of light is about to open ourselves to these other more expanded levels of reality. It is about reconnecting with the source of energy that exists beyond us all and is embodied in the great central sun. Extraterrestrial carries this energy, and when we resonate with it, it shares this bordered perceptive with us. From this connection, we will gain a greater wisdom and understanding of the beginnings that we truly are beings of light. Now, this part I'm telling you is very important. From the 1930s, I'd say to about the year 2000. Okay? 1999, 2000. You have heard, remember, at anybody around that time, you was hearing about abductions left and right. Communicative abductions. When I mean communicated abductions, people sitting in their chair, lying in their bed or wherever, and it's like their soul leave their body. Yeah, that kind, right? Um, the government, the powers that be, and I'm not just talking about the American government, I'm talking about all governments, have sold the people out. Now I'm jumping the gun because this is supposed to be for part 2 of the Black Aliens series. It's so much with this stuff, right? The reason why it end up stopping is because after the time limit is done, but some of them look to violate. You notice you haven't heard of any quote unquote, and it's not that I'm trying to put race into this, but this is important and this is for a reason, of negative interactions of melanated people, black people, being abducted. Why you think? And if you do hear a case of that, let me know from around that time frame. Do you know why? And don't get it twisted, because let me say this now, don't look at somebody that's Caucasian or Caucasian looking and think, oh no, it don't work that way, especially when you're dealing with a higher level of spirituality. They are not allowed to break God's law. I'm going to say that again. They are not allowed to break God's law. Now, when you give yourself over to the system or certain acts, you now change your energy. So now your auric field gets lowered to where they now are able to have a certain type of dominion over you, or the powers that be could now sell you out for experiments. And even then, when they still do that, they still are violating that cosmic law. Watch this. And I'm going to get back to this crystal. Right? But this all ties in with the black aliens, the Aziz, the Anunnaki, the reptilian, and the shadow people. Now I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I have to put that information out there so you can understand. Watch this. Once again, I'm going to share my screen so you see what I see. I want to make sure I find the video. Watch this, watch this. Bear with me. These are the ills of going live. And this is real. You could look it up yourself. You don't gotta believe me. Check this out.
I wish I could tell some stories about our government, how that they came to me and they said to me, would you please write a case out that can be given to a very high-ranking politician in our government, that they can take this into the court of heaven? And they did, and when they did, literally everything shifted in the government, because these governmental leaders actually took the case and presented it in the courts of heaven. And so some people in our government actually believe strongly in the court of heaven.
This is crazy. Christians will bash this, but the government is smart enough to come and ask for your help.
Yes, they did. They did.
And they won.
They actually came and asked, would Robert please write out how we can take these issues into the court of heaven. I wish I could tell some.
Now, let me tell you something. These extraterrestrials, these angelic beings, right? And let's go back with it a little bit. these black aliens, they will F you up. They don't play with you. Okay? Do you understand that our government and other governments know that there's rogue elements, shadow governments within the system that violated not just the universal law, I don't like to narrow it down to that, but violated God's law. So when it comes to communicating with these beings, they even tried to stop your communication, and they were not supposed to do that. Why you when they have certain people that come and give you messages, all right, and they're not highly in tune and protected, that's why you use items like this, okay? Items like this, the hemimorphite. It's a reason why. Because you need to amplify your spiritual energy, so when they come around, and even if they think of doing it, listen, they already know who's in communication. They already know who has the potential to communicate. They know who has been communicated and protected and don't know it. They know all this. This is not a secret. That's why they'll tell you about the Nordic race. They'll tell you about all these others. The reptilians, the greys, the insectoids, the amphibian-like alien. But when it comes to speaking about these black aliens, shh, mum's the word. You heard of the Galactic Council. Yeah, that's real. But I'm jumping the gun. Let's go back. Tools for communication. Tools for communication. So, yeah, they want to plead their case. Why would they go to plead their case? Why would they try to do something like that? You know why? Because they know they violated. They have tried to block you and your communication, how they say, with the stars or with the heavens. They have tried to block the divine knowledge. Now I'm going to show you about this video here. This is a guy that died. Now we're going to go right back. Is Extraterrestrial a Cillian in the same family? Yes. It's around that same family. Let me play this video before I move on.
Please explain this. Boy, look at it jump. There's the contacts. Tradesmen will agree. How the did they cut this rock like this? How the they weld metal onto a rock? Where's the oops? Where's the mistake? There's nothing in here to make energy. Where's it coming from? If I break contact, it goes away.
Todo está codificado, son simbolismos de energía.
Where's the energy coming from? This is a solid stone. Energy is being pulled out of the ambient environment. This is an MDF table that is sitting on vinyl flooring. This is not connected to ground. Boy, you could really study these things for a long time. Oh, fuck. Sorry, that was out loud. ¿Cuántos años tú piensas que este tiene?
4,000 años.
¿De quema para las fechas?
Sí, de 4,000 a 1,250 años. Es pretolteca. Algo estuvo ahí antes de los toltecas.
Doesn't mean that this is that old. It was somebody else who might have inhabited the site after this was made. And the workmanship, show me where the tool marks are. Show me where they cut it. Where's the oops? Where's the mistake? What tool did they make it with? It's still covered in dirt.
Tienen 4 dedos. Genéticamente hemos sido modificados.
¿Tú piensas que este es la insignia de humanos?
Sí, ellos son los que nos han estado manipulando genéticamente. Hay mucha coincidencia con la simbología también egipcia. Es como si simuláramos un microchip. Es energía que está en la Pachamama, en la tierra. Nos están enseñando ellos a manipular o a trabajar la energía de la tierra, no energía artificial como hemos estado destruyendo nosotros el planeta.
There's the contacts. How the fuck did they weld metal onto a rock? There's orbs absolutely everywhere.
Manejan la energía y manejan la dimensión.
We're about to test this for EMF. Plastic down on the ground. 1.13. Look at it jump. It is jumping all around. It went down. Now it's going up. Low down there. It's coming out of the third eye. Holy shit. I have no idea.
El tercer ojo estamos relacionándolo con la glándula.
Governments to crush and calcify that.
Now you see this guy right here? This man right here? He recently died. Notice the artifact he's holding is a crystal, right? A type of quartz. When it make the connection with one part of the artifact makes a connection with the other part of the artifact, it lights up. You still think these crystals are a joke? It's not a joke. It's not. Now, if you want to go to that video, you go on Joel Benjamin 528, go in the shorts, you'll see that video. This guy was a great soul on this planet. One of the main things that he constantly did was tap into the Bibles that have the Apocrypha, and show everything, the old Bibles, and show the connections, and would put it up for people to see. They said that, oh, he died from an unknown circumstance. They killed him. And they're going to pay for that. Because he was going to release way more stuff that they didn't want people to know. This dude knew about one of the things that I like is when he started talking about the melanated beings when it comes to the communication. Now, he didn't know a whole lot, but he knew a lot of the basis when it came to that Bible. They whacked him not too long ago. I don't even think it's been 1 week yet. Okay? And he was teaching how to also deal with other sources of communicating with other different beings. And he would go get all these different artifacts and like he have there and show people. Anybody ever seen that video? Anybody ever seen a tool like that? A device like that lights up? Like he said, how did they get that into and mesh and infused into the stone? Y'all keep thinking it's a joke. Anyway, shall we continue? Y'all good out there? All right. So they know that what they did. They know the violation. Okay? They know the demonic entities that they had clicked up with. And they know the time has come. That's why you're seeing more cases, especially of these cigar-shaped UFOs, and showing saucers coming out of the cigar-shaped UFOs, flying saucers. Okay? That's Extraterrestrial for you. Told you about hemimorphite. Now I'm about to tell you about another one. Where you at? Hold on, people, bear with me. This one is actually a meteor. It's called Palisite meteor. Matter of fact, so you got a visual. Palisite meteorite. Why did it put Palisade? Now this one is extremely expensive just for a small piece. Okay? That's an actual meteorite. Ugh. Oh, that's a bigger picture. I guess I could show that. It has the high level of iron content in it. Alright? There's certain meteorites that you could use. Certain stones, I done said it. Especially meteorites, which to me will just make perfect sense, to deal with angelic or extraterrestrial communication. Alright? We cooking with fire? Let's go. So, we're going to leave it on that picture for now. Or not. Y'all get what it looks like. Listen to what it deals with. Union with the cosmic overmind and fields of knowledge. Interdimensional travel. Prosperity. Emotional stability. This one is element earth. And the chakras, heart, third eye. Yeah. Palisite meteorite with its windows of olivine interlaced throughout its nickel iron lacite. You seen the silver looking parts in there? That's nickel. Is perhaps the most amazing looking meteorite it is. It appears both outer worldly and familiar. This strange combination of everyday material. I'm sorry, as I'm reading this, every time I see this stone or I hold this stone, it's the energy. But for some reason, you're going to say I'm silly. Every time I start thinking of an olive loaf. Because like when you cut the olive loaf and you see how it looks, that's what it reminds me of for some strange reason. And its energies reflect this paradox. Palisite surprisingly stimulates the loving energy of the heart chakra, along with the variety capabilities of the third eye. There is nothing in the chemical composition of these stones which suggests this, yet palisite opens the emotional gateway of the heart along with the inner eye of wonder and expanding awareness for the purpose of allowing one to experience the link between oneself and the cosmos. In meditation with palisite, one can find the resonance between one individual life and the life of the universe. One mind can move into an illuminated union with the cosmic overmind, making it possible for one to tap into morphogenic fields of knowledge, whereby one can simply ask and know in a single instant. And I even touch on moldavite or the other metal nickel-based meteorite. That by far is one of the most powerful, especially when dealing with communicating with extraterrestrials or these black aliens. Questions. Because now I'm about to show you one more thing. I'm going to wrap this up. Any questions? And let me see. I know people was typing. I see there are a lot of experts now saying they've been in contact with darker skinned beings. They could be confused with reptilians, but they are mixed of humanoid and amphibious beings. Yeah, you're going to hear a lot more cases of these black extraterrestrials, especially around this time. It's inevitable. Like it, don't like it, they're here to stay. That's some Meteor Man type shit. Yeah, I guess so. What's up? Sin, how you pronounce that? Sinosio? I hope. So everything pretty much in this universe is built and structured around the universe, even ourselves. Well, yep, that's a fact. Multi-dimensional says, good day, good night. Me colorful beans, Joel. Salute to you. What's up? Or just say ancestral light. Yes, ancestral light. Facts. Okay. Now, let me show you something that the government uses. And they also use it to find extraterrestrial life by way of the water composition. And there's different ones of these. Now, I mostly talk about the more physical healing aspect of this. Very rare I'll talk about the spiritual aspect of this. And of course, there's fake ones out there. Do not fall for that. And there's different sizes by this company, Terahertz. Let me make sure it gets in the camera good. The green screen. Prive is the company. Terahertz wand. This is a Terahertz wand. You see it? You see this tubing in here? That's high level quartz crystal. Yeah, y'all gonna get this work. I want to show you the color light. Now, y'all could see my other stuff with this, how it deals with the nanoparticles, yada yada yada, all that. So look. See that? This is the Terahertz one. You're looking at over 5K right here. Okay? Yeah, this is the big boy. This is the big boy. That's a fact. That's a fact. Then you have the Terahertz foot massage machine. That's the one that instantly you put your foot on the panel and it sends the terahertz frequency throughout your body. Now, the government knew about terahertz frequency. They've been dealing with it since the 1980s. But it was hard for them to harness the energy. All right? They use this for high levels of communication. It could also be amplified to push out high levels of scalar waves, heat, okay, that will affect the body. The thing about this, when you use this gets to the bone structure and do what? Bring out the stem cells. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Also, you could activate your water and amplify the water with this, with manifestations. This is a very powerful tool. It was something that I was supposed to get for y'all. Hold on. This is a very powerful tool that they do not tell most people about. That is one of the tools that basketball, football players use to restructuralize their cells, right? So, let me see if I could put up an image of this for you. I should have it here. Bear with me. The terahertz frequency. Yeah. I want to show y'all this picture right here. I'm going to put it up for y'all now so it could go on the screen. My apologies. I should have been have it up. But now ask your questions now, if any questions you have, because we're about to soon wrap up. So please ask your questions now, if need be. Okay, got it. Thanks. Yeah, there we go. I want y'all to take a look at this pic. I guess I could leave it on the X account. Yeah. Oh, come on. There we go. Y'all be doing too much. You think this stuff gonna go smooth and simple? No. Always when you're live, it gives the most freaking trouble. I just had it. Now it's gone. My apologies, people. My apologies. Again, bear with me. These are the ills of going live. Okay. There we go. Whew. See that? That's the terahertz frequency that we're talking about. See, you have radio, microwave. In between the microwave and the infrared wave is the terahertz frequency. So radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible spectrum, UV, X-ray. They do not talk about the THZ, the terahertz frequency. The reason why for this, if you knew more about this frequency, you would know about the communication that can be done with this. Now, if anybody want a wand, it have different types. Just hit me up, text me. First 929-374-3828 or you could hit me up on Twitter, Joel Benjamin 528. Now, this terahertz wand is very, very extremely important, this frequency. With this frequency, you could send, let me back up. You could have a picture of a person, okay? And in that picture, you could send the healing energy of that person with the on the picture with the terahertz wand. It has been done. It had 2 white ladies that I know of. I don't know them personally, that I know of, that was doing this. And what made them started doing this is because they came across the actual government documents that showed the US government was doing these experiments. It came through the disclosure files, and they were using the terahertz frequency to actively communicate with other outer worldly beings. This is one of the most powerful and quickest way. Now, I know some of y'all hard-headed. Y'all gonna go on there and buy fake Terahertz devices and these cheap ass devices that say they're terahertz frequency, and it's garbage. It's not going to work. A lot of the ones that are fake, they're not going to use the actual quartz. You know how much for that quartz crystal tubing? Also, you'll notice when you use terahertz frequency, right, and you use the meter, use it with the meter, the radiation meter, no radiation shows up. I'm going to say that again. When you turn that on and you put the radioactive device, the device to detect radiation, no radiation shows up. Y'all got quiet on me. I think I spoke too much. I've been saying too much. I think it's my fault. I've been saying too much, right? Hold on, people. These the ills of going live. Ask your questions now, so I can answer them for you. We're just listening intensively. Thank you. Welcome. Terahertz frequency isn't harmful. Sitting between microwave and infrared. Correct. Blessings to all in new. I'm new here, yet wide to the situation and what's going on. Okay, welcome. I was told that the Nilotic peoples worship God, though the study of the stars and our ancestors, the Bantu people, worship God, though God creation. I wonder if the Nilis are still connected. Everything is all connected. Is there a way to make one on our own? There's a possibility. But hell, you'll be spending more money getting the parts and putting one together yourself. Especially when it comes to the quartz crystal tubing. But it's possible, as long as you got the finances to do so. The first one of that ever made, the prototype that was made, okay, where they made it where they actually was able to harness and push out the terahertz frequency, cost damn near $500,000. Not only that, the frequency, just the terahertz frequency device itself, I did a live stream. You could catch the live streams that I did. This company only had the rights to make the official machine in, is it Japan, America, and China, I believe. Matter of fact, let's go here. Let me go to the video. Oopsie. Take that off. We're going to go to my channel. I'm going to show you where it's at. So you're on the channel here, right? You're going to go to, is it playlist? Yeah. Playlist. You're going to go down and Terahertz 1 iTeraCare. View full playlist, and you see I'm giving the breakdown of the iTeraCare. Now I have a video. Check this out. Let me see which one to show. Yeah, I'll show this one. Check this out.
Back with my aura scanner, and we're alright. We are back with my aura scanner, and we're going to do this unbelievable experiment. Actually, I just got off the phone with John Scabola, and we're like so excited about this. If this is a possibility, we'll really demonstrate the quantum effect of this water. So what we're going to do first is we're going to test the water, and we're going to see if the water moves. So this is neutral. This is filtered water, actually. Bottled water, filtered water, neutral. And then we have the water here in the bathtub. So I just filled up this bathtub with water, and this is regular water, and let's see how that moves. So this is city water. It moves negative. So this is what we bathe in. Negative energy of city water. You see both of them spin to the right, meaning this negative energy coming from this water. Just like it was from the tap water that we did in the last video. Neutral, filtered water. So let's wand this water. Get my classic here. Okay, we'll just estimate.
Mind you, the one that he's using is the cheapest iTeraCare device. By the way, that's the cheapest one. You don't need to buy the high expensive one. See, I do a lot of stuff, and I'm going to leave it as that. So, yeah, but this is the cheapest one. Pay attention.
You want it this way. Right to the glass. About a minute, a little more. I'm just estimating. I forgot my timer in the other room. We can watch the video and find it later, see exactly how long it was.
And really, all you have to do this is really for like 3 minutes to 5 minutes, just so you know. Speed it up a bit.
All right, let's test it now. Alright, we see it's totally charged up now. Before it didn't move at all. I'm really excited about this experiment. Okay, this is wand in water for about a minute. Now we're going to take this wand in water for about a minute. We're going to pour it in the bathtub and we're going to see what happens. The bathtub was negative before.
Go back. Sorry about that.
Pour it in the bathtub and we're going to see. Really excited about this experiment. Alright, we see it's totally charged up now. Before it didn't move at all. I'm really excited about this experiment. Okay, this is wand in water for about a minute. Now we're going to take this wand in water for about a minute. We're going to pour it in the bathtub and we're going to see what happens. The bathtub was negative before. Let's see what happens. Should we wait?
No, you don't gotta wait. You could do it right now.
Let's measure it.
I don't know if we should wait. Let's just measure it now. This is suspenseful. I need a drum roll. Countdown. Oh my God.
Woo!
Oh my God. 1 glass of water. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. Wow. All right, I'm going to call John. Thank you. Bye.
Go.
You see
Hi,
that?
everybody. Welcome back. So I'm going to do a little demo here. That's pretty
Now
amazing.
watch this.
These are both glasses of tap water.
These device in his hands is higher level of rods. You know how they do the L rods? These are about $1,200 that's in his hand, by the way. These are the real deal.
Right to the sink right there. And I'm going to test the energy of them. And you see it slightly moving to the right, which my aura scanner is saying is negative energy. Look at my hands, they're not moving. Even if they were, I can't control this thing. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the quantum scalar effect, how unbelievably powerful this is. John Scavola and myself, we're having a lot of fun. We're actually going to do a Zoom, maybe tonight or tomorrow. And let's test it now. Instantaneous. This is the water that was not charged. This is the water that was charged, less than a second. Water that was not charged. Both moving to the right. Take this, pour it here. Look at that. I charged the water, tap water 1 second. That's it. That shows that this is quantum scalar energy. There is no time, there is no distance. John actually charged this. I charged one for 40 feet. But let's try another one here. So regular tap water again. Charged water. Can you unplug that there, love? We get another plug over here. Okay, so I'm going to point this with my intention and love and vibration. I'm going to point this right here.
Pay attention.
For as fast as I can, turn it on and off. Ready? See if anything happened. Unbelievable. We do a lot lot more demos like this, but
So, check this out. You want to now do certain communication. You want to communicate with these black aliens, these other extraterrestrials, right? You now have your terahertz wand. Okay? You have a picture of said craft or extraterrestrial, right? Matter of fact, let me go here. Let's do it like this. Y'all gonna get a lot of this work tonight.
Things that they will charge you $10,000
Oh,
for.
wait a minute.
The
Wait a
FDA.
minute. Bro, what are you doing?
all right.
Before I get too hype, let me show you this. Because you might say, oh, it gotta be like right there. Let me show you this before I continue on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. So, what we're going to attempt to demonstrate now is the possibility of using the Terahertz Classic, the quantum scalar energy that comes, one of the three things that it does, quantum energy, is it possible to go through walls? And we know quantum energy is existing everywhere and is everything, and there's no boundaries, no limits, no time, no distance. It just is the quantum field. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to see if it does work through walls. So I have my aura scanner here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to test this water here and see what the energy of this water is. So this is filtered water. So its neutral energy is what comes up with the aura scanner. If it was tap water, it would go to the right. So that's filtered water. Now we have the wand, and I'm going to wand it through the wall. Around right there. Okay. So let's see if anything changed with the water. Clearly we could see a total difference. Before I wasn't moving at all, and now it's totally opened up. Wow. So that demonstrates that quantum scalar energy does go through walls and does charge a glass of water on the other side. All right, we're going to make some more videos. Let's see, I got lots of things planned. Just let me know on my Facebook.
Yeah, this is what the real ones are doing. When you hear that people say, oh yeah, I communicate, that's why a lot of times I don't tell nobody much. I leave them be. So, when you have an image of these different beings, or you want to be in communication with black extraterrestrials, right? Or the Nordics, or whichever one. Mind you, this information is dangerous to give out or even know, but now is the time. So much stuff is happening. It is what it is. That's why I've been just lying low, doing what I do. You have that image of said UFO. Check this out, right? You would take Now this is a cylinder shape, and this is how you could also tell if stuff is real or not, because now you create that communication. Listen to this.
A cylindrical shape UFO was recorded in Chile, and it has engravings on it that look otherworldly. I mean, if you just look at this object was said to have been there only for seconds, and this is a slowed down version of the video, but this is what they saw in a matter of maybe 20 seconds, and it zoomed off so fast that no one was able to see it again. So this is what they caught before it completely disappeared. And some are saying that this might be some type of holographic image that was in the sky that wasn't actually real, and some people are saying that it actually was real.
All right, so that's an image that came only a few seconds, didn't stay long, right? So what you would do with that image, you could do a printout, right, of that image. Then you use said terahertz wand, and you can also use this to charge your crystals. One of the best ways to charge and cleanse your crystals as well. And you have that image, and you have your tent or whatever, or you write something down underneath wherever, and you put this on. And that's a form of communication. The government does it. The government does it. You could say I'm crazy. You could say whatever. I'm telling you what they do. As a matter of fact, it's not even a secret. The information is there that they use the terahertz frequencies. You just gotta know whether y'all quiet out there. Y'all scared or something? Y'all alright? Y'all good? Let me know. Or y'all just tired. Because I'm about to wrap it up. Let me know. If you want me to keep going, I'll keep going. But it look like some of y'all tired. Because I know I'm dropping some heavy stuff on y'all right now. Let me see something here. Let me see any comments. Keep going, bro. Let me see. Move Rit. I'm listening. No, we listening. Keep going. Good, enjoy. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Put me on game, Unc. I'm on. Alright. Thank you so much. You appreciate it. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to keep giving y'all that work. No problem. All right, so let's move on. Now, you know life is in the water. So if that's, life is in the blood. And also within the water that's in your body. So if the device is able to do that to a glass of water, and we know our bodies is 75, 85, somewhat percent water. The brain alone, just the brain alone is 90% water. What would that do, and how would it help when it comes to communication if you use it? Okay. Let me put this up for y'all. Because, you know, some people don't believe. So I'm going to show terahertz frequencies used by the government. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Y'all gonna learn who the source is tonight. The government, such as the Department of Defense and DARPA, researches and experiment with terahertz frequency, generally ranging 0.1 terahertz to 10 terahertz, targeting ultra-high data rate communication, high resolution security imaging, and radar. Also, this has been used in the SETI project. Yes, the SETI project. The SETI project, the same SETI project where they communicating with other worldly beings. Yeah, no, you don't know about. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. No problem. Government terahertz frequency ranges and projects above 300 gigahertz, 0.3 plus hertz. The Air Force Research Laboratory, AFRL, conduct air-to-air flight tests at frequencies exceeding 300 gigahertz to evaluate ultra-high capacity military data links. 0.85 hertz, terahertz. DARPA has developed and demonstrated high gain solid state / vacuum hybrid amplifiers. Where I get that amplified. Vacuum hybrid amplifiers operating around this sub-millimeter wave frequency for ultra wideband tactical communications. (95 gigahertz to sub-terahertz boundaries), while technology high millimeter wave rather than strict terahertz systems like the military's active denial system, operates at 95 gigahertz for non-lethal crowd deterrence, sitting right on the doorsteps of low frequency edge of the terahertz spectrum. So that's where they have the scalar weaponry cannon that I was talking about earlier, when they hit you with it and it burns up your body. Yeah. So you see, I pulled it up right here for you. If you want more information, you could go to National Communication and Information Administration. They'll tell you about it. Or you could go to Air Force Research Laboratory. They'll break it down to you. This article is from April 3rd, 2023. Yeah. A lot of people don't know about terahertz frequency. A lot of people don't deal with terahertz frequency because a lot of people are not able to get their hands on terahertz frequency. Yeah, okay? So, let me see if there's any questions before I wrap it up. Greetings, W. Nivels. Any questions? So they charge their self with the terahertz in order to, or they shoot it the atmosphere. Both. They do both. One seems to operate based on quantum entanglement principles. Yes, it does. Not that it seems, that's what it do. This is what they used on Madero. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. But yes. Do you see what happened when his guards, the people that was protecting him, I think they sent them back to what was they from Cuba or something like that? They sent them back in a box. Yeah. Okay. Black aliens, yes. Do you, brother? Okay, will do. Any questions? Ask them now or forever hold your peace, people. Now is the time. Now is the time. I want to know how we can use that in joint with the organites. Oh, you just put it on the organite. Just wand the organite. Okay? That's simple. I appreciate you, beautiful one. Gypsy Journey. You're welcome. No problem. I appreciate you as well. I prefer telepathy. Yeah, but you got to strengthen the telepathy. I'm just saying. Any questions before I get out of here? Speak now, forever hold your peace, people. I'm going to give y'all a chance to type. I'm going to give y'all time to type. It's don't call us, we call you. Let me see. What's the purpose of... Okay. Yvonne Danny 1. What's the purpose? What purpose is it to communicate with those alien beings? Where is it in the scripture that support seeking out these aliens? You can't be serious with that question. It's all through the Bible. The communication with angelic beings. Are you serious? Remember, even when it was roaming in the desert, it was a pillar of what? Smoke, a cloud in the daytime that was following them when they got out of Egypt. And at nighttime, it was a bright, shining light that light their way. And there's countless encounters of communication with angelic beings. I'm just saying, like, come on now. Let me see. Botanica brother, that's off topic. But hard wallets for your crypto, I would tell you, which I said before, the ledger, I can't think of the name right now. Descent, and there's another one. But you should have been watching my live streams. I talked about that in the live streams already. I just answered you real quick. Anything, just contact me. It's a don't call us, we call you situation. There's an entire process of being vibrational, acclimated before contact, which can last for years. Yes, that is true, and is a way for you to get yourself in that state. China has a lot of rare metals and minerals. That's why they're leading in microchip production. Yes, they are. What's supposed to happen to the water? Well, you know what happened. Now you saw the video. Particular particle acceleration. Yes. Yes, correct. What will be going what will be going to be like trying to stay at cause power? I don't understand the question. Repeat that in a different way for me. Is the moving of electrons that cause the power? No, this is when you start dealing with quantum and real quantum energy. When you start tapping into the terahertz frequencies, that's when you start dealing with quantum energy. Point and shoot your terahertz one towards is the view towards the viewers to send us positive healing energy. Thank you, brother. Botanical Brother 88. Well, I don't want to do that, and the rest of the people ain't on board with that. So, you're just one person asking for it done. If the rest type in and say they want it done, because I don't want to go against or violate anybody's space. Where did he get those divining rods? Oh yeah, you could get those online. Those are expensive. I was gonna get me a few, but I was like, I could test the stuff regular. I know how to deal with it with a pendulum and whatnot, but it's definitely good to use those dowsing rods that he got, because to show people, like, look, this is the real deal. All right, I'm gonna get him. I know what you're talking about. My daughter does that now to scratch her throat. Oh, okay. Nah, you didn't say too much. We're just taking it all in. Okay, cool. Towards us, let me see. Let me see any other questions. They better hope I can communicate with the God level bros. I'm snitching on everything they did to us. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. Cap cold blooded. That was cold blooded. He said he's snitching. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. That's a good one. Appreciate the info, brother. Priceless. You're welcome. Me too. However, I don't think that they will help us because it's our duty to help ourselves. Nah, you'll get help. Take it from somebody who knows. You will get help. Thank you, brother. Work, brother, man. Okay. Let me see. See, I ain't see nobody said they want it done with me pointing the wand. So, just one person. Go ahead on, bro. Snitch on them. They ass. That's right. People laughing in the comments. Man, y'all a piece of work. See, that's why they don't be wanting y'all to have this information. This the reason why. This the reason why right here. Started with a water dowsing class from the British Society of Dowsers. Then began wanding about ET contact. Then stuff really started kicking off to let me know it was the real deal. And PDM. Yeah. Thank you for the information. I'm glad to showed the hemimorphite. Are you glad that I showed the hemimorphite? You're welcome. Revelation 22:16. Jesus said he is of David and bright morning star is the Venus. All right. What you think about the D-wave computer manipulating parallel universes? I really don't think much of it, to be honest with you, because there's other beings that's manipulating this universe and parallel universe. And when I say beings, spirits, extraterrestrials, um, angelic beings, demons, and humans. Once you have the right device, you know what to do. But that's when I go into part 2 of the Black Alien series. Can't Google nothing about black aliens, no info. Yeah. That's why I make sure I get the info and do the live stream and bring it to you. I had 10 years of regular contact and it's confusing as heck. It caused vibrations which caused my bath water to vibrate. I understand what you're talking about. That's why, like I said, you have certain devices. There's certain oils. Like, if again, hit me up 929-374-3828. Just text me and I'll get you the information needed. Oh yeah, and oils. A good oil to use that deals with communication and vibration is Penny Royale. I spoke about this before. Our next oil is hyssop oil. Alright. Now, oils to take internally. Now, so I know some of y'all are gonna be cheap and go buy that bottle for $5, $10 of frankincense and $5 and $10 of myrrh, and you would look to drink it. Do not do that. Do not do that. The frankincense oil and the myrrh oil that I'm talking about, the one that you can use internally, that's from doTERRA. Hit me up if you want that. That raises your vibration. I don't talk about that as much because I did a video on YouTube about it. I touched on the health aspect, the spiritual aspect. I think the video was almost damn 3 hours long, had a whole lot of views. Anybody seen that, put in a comment. Let me know that you've seen that already. And the video was up for about maybe 2 years before they decided, boom, they pulling it. I was like, what? Yeah. So, it is what it is. My sons on God, Black Angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael's, and the rest of them. Not only that, just so you know, I'm glad you mentioned Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. Listen to me. These are also fleets. Not just the entity, they're also fleets of extraterrestrial ships that, like they say, they order, the archangel governs that celestial body or that section. Those are fleets also of known names of ancient ships. I'm just saying. Ezekiel, when he said, wheel in the sky. Yes. Let me see. How can I get my hands on the wand, brother? Again, just text me 929-374-3828, and you could choose the cheapest one for like 300 something that you see the guy using. You see it works just fine. Or if you want to deal with the, step it up and party with the big boys, as they say, you could get like the one I got. Our help is God. That is true. But there's a reason why God sent angelic beings, right? To help. Okay, I want it done. I have one of the hemimorphite. Didn't know it was for that purpose. Thank you. You see, and that's why I said when people selling these crystals, they don't tell people how to use it. They don't tell them how not to use it, because there's certain ways you don't use them. They don't tell people how long they could have it on, if it's good to have it on all the time, which ones to sleep with, which ones not to sleep with. And that's what be getting me frustrated, excuse me. Healing for the future. I want it done. Great job, Joel. Okay, so Starseed 1234, you want it done. Thank you. Nurmas Stuton 511. Hope I pronounced your name right. I tried the herbs to end their interaction. It did not work. Once one starts the path, the journey continues. Yeah, there's certain stuff you could take for that. There is certain stuff you could take for that. Certain herbs you can't take for that. Or you could start using like a terahertz wand, or get terahertz frequency sessions done. Peace, divine beings. Gotta watch the replay. Oh yeah, you sure do. Alright. So I seen people want the wand. Alright, so y'all trust me enough. Okay, good. And we're gonna do the intentions. Alright. So this is for the people that's watching it live, and also people that are watching the replay. We send positive light healing terahertz energy. Feel that. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I don't know why it sounded like my phone was ringing. But it wasn't. So I used the Extraterrestrial light too as well. Do it one more time. Don't say I ain't done nothing for y'all. And like I said, I could show you the video. Woo! I tell you, them two ladies, they literally pulled it up and see that the government had been doing this. And they did it. The experiment is there. And again, if anybody doubt this, which I hope nobody do, but you know, it got something called gateway process. Yeah. got a lot of information from there. Gateway process, the U.S. Army and the Monroe Institute. If you know, you know. All right, I don't think there's any more questions. We're about to wrap it up. I'm going to hit you with a part 2 probably next week of the Black Aliens series. Like I said, you're going to hear a lot of communication, a lot of information, a lot of people coming in contact with these black extraterrestrials, especially now that I don't know if I could call them Nordic, but that race of aliens that been to the White House. Y'all do know about the aliens that been to the White House, right? Before I go, y'all know about that? Y'all heard about that? Y'all know anything about that? No? Let me know before I get out of here, because I'll show you, because I know people gonna doubt. I know people gonna doubt aliens in the White House with Trump. Mind you, this was posted up on the White House page. Ooh, people hitting me up. Jeez. Man. Hold on. Yeah, blowing me up. Okay. Let's see, y'all. Let me see if I can find that photo. If they haven't took it down yet. If they have, I'll just make a short, YouTube short on it. There's a reason why he started the Space Force. Told y'all this already. Okay, I found one of the pics. This was posted up on the White House Twitter. They did this and then they took it down. Let me see. Okay, some people heard of it. Yes. Barry Eternal make contact with him. Love the research on black aliens. Yes, these black aliens are huge. Yes, in fact, each elected or selected president has to have a meeting with them. When these black aliens show up, why can't they let everyone see them the same way how they won't let any other species let you see them? They don't deal with just every and anyone like that. That's a fact. Do you know about the New Jerusalem that is 6 states big? Yes, I do know. Let me share my screen so you see what I see. This picture right here. Okay? And there's nothing they could say about it. They say no evidence Trump posted. See, here's one talk about with fact checks. There's no evidence that Trump posted photo with mysterious figure. Yes, there is. It was on the actual page. Knock it off. Knock it off. All right? They're saying fake image of Trump with Nordic aliens. No, it's not. It was posted and they took it down. It was posted. See, this is what I don't like. It was actually posted and then they took it down. Look. All right? You think they don't know what time it is? Look at this. They was better off saying he was doing something to shoot a movie or something. Now, why did he post it up? Because I don't know if it's him directly that posted up, or most likely they need his permission to do so. But Trump is dropping a lot of information what's going on. I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm going to hit you with something else. State of Israel don't like it. One bit. Okay? They don't like it one bit. You said fake aliens. You saying the picture is fake, or you saying those aliens is fake and they demons? What are you saying? Do you suggest any special predictions in regards to the solar eclipse? I go watch my solar eclipse video. And I show and explain all that. People thought it was AI. Yeah, you see, we could say it's AI, but the point is, he posted it. Well, his team or whoever, they posted it. So now what they're going to say? I mean, come on, man. They need to stop, yo. They got to stop. All right, people. Joel Benjamin 528, a.k.a. Big Money Benjamin. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. You want any of these things I spoke about and to help you, just text me. I'll reach you where you at. I'll help you out. 929-374-3828. You want to get your Zestrolite. You want to get your Hemimorphite. You want to get your Palisite. I know I'm jacking up the name. Sorry. You want to get that oil. The oil won't be ready until after August 12th. Oh, after August 12th, the oil will be ready. And yes, it is wanted, prayed upon, blessed, all that good stuff. Okay. Joel Benjamin 528. If there's not any more questions, Joel Benjamin 528, aka Big Money Benjamin. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. Last time people was hitting me up, was like, yo, what's your Cash App? There's the Cash App. $symbol Joel Benjamin 528. That's if you want to show some appreciation that way. More so, I'm okay. Leave a comment. Like the video. Hope you've been informed. Peace. So if you're ready to buy, you're welcome. Enjoy your evening, brother. Peace. Yes. Peace to you all. Thank you for joining. Salute to you. Peace. Later.